Here are the top stories for today, July 9, 2019. The latest SWS survey shows 80% of Filipinos are satisfied with the performance of President Duterte. The military shrugs off claims of a US-backed revolt against the Duterte administration. President Duterte plans to talk about the fishing agreement with China in his SONA. And the PNP sees no need for international rights groups to look into the government's war on drugs.
Good day, I'm William Theo. Welcome to the PNA Newsroom. President Rodrigo Duterte's net satisfaction rating soared to a new record high based on a social weather station survey released on Monday. The recent SWS survey show that 80% of adult Filipinos are satisfied, 9% undecided, and 12% dissatisfied with the performance of the president. This gave the president a net satisfaction rating of +68 or very good. The SWS said this is a new personal record high that surpassed the previous record of very good +66 in March 2019 and June 2017. Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo said more people show their trust and confidence towards the president whenever his detractors attack him. He noted that the survey was released at the height of the recto bank issue, which critics are using against Duterte. Panelo said critics should just swallow their pride and work with the president. Some critics of the administration claim that the armed forces of the Philippines will turn its back against President Rodrigo Duterte. But DND Secretary Delfin Lorenzana said this is just wishful thinking. Lorenzana made this comment on Monday in response to Communist Party of the Philippines founding chair Jose Maria Sison. The communist leader claims that the U.S., without firing a shot, can easily instruct the military and police forces under Duterte to take him into custody as a traitor and to install Vice President Leni Robredo as the constitutional successor. The communist leader made the claim after President Duterte dared the United States to fire the first shot against China over the territorial dispute in the West Philippine Sea. Malacanang is confident that a coup attempt against the administration will not prosper because they enjoy the full trust of the military and the police. Earlier, the AFP dismissed and called Sison a coward and insane for making the allegations. The military official stressed that the Philippines has its own democratic institutions and is a sovereign nation. They said they are not arresting the chief executive as Duterte is the duly elected president and the commander-in-chief. President Rodrigo Duterte on Monday said there is a need to change the Constitution even if it is not a shift into a federal system of government. More on this from Gigi Arcilia Agtay.
President Rodrigo Duterte on Monday said there is need to amend the Constitution whether federalism or not, as this will truly change the country. During the oath-taking of newly appointed officials at the Malacanang Palace, President Duterte ended a deadlock in House speakership by endorsing Taguig Representative Alan Peter Cayetano and Marinduque Representative Lord Alan Velasco as the next speakers of the House.
So, your speaker will be Alan Peter Cayetano. Ang sharing dito is he shares the term with Lord Velasco. And si Romualdez will be the majority floor leader. I tried to distance myself from but apparently I said, it's time that I talk. So, that's the setup.
He urged the two and later Rep. Martin Romualdez to immediately act on amending the Constitution.
We have to change the Constitution, whether federal or what not. Sabi ko doon sa tatlo, kanausap ko, si Speaker, and that is Cayetano, Velasco, we will be assuming on sa term sharing, maybe kung buhayin pa siya, maabutan pa niya, tapos si majority for leader, sabi ko. If you want to change the Constitution, do it now. Nandiyan pa ako. And I can tell the military, no, you better. Kasi ang military mainit na. And I've told you all the corruptions sa gobyerno, ang pinakamalaki nandyan sa itaas.
The president also congratulated the newly installed public officials and reminded them to protect the people and preserve government integrity. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Gigi Arcilia Agtay.
Despite his endorsement, President Rodrigo Duterte on Monday said it was still the privilege of the House of Representatives to elect the next speaker. Duterte earlier announced his endorsement for Taguig Representative Alan Peter Cayetano and Marinduque Representative Lord Alan Velasco as the next speakers of the House of Representatives under a term-sharing agreement, and later Representative Martin Romualdez would be the next majority leader in the lower chamber. Duterte said he was just trying to end up the impasse. He also bared his reasons for choosing to endorse Cayetano and Velasco. He said Cayetano, who was his running mate in the 2016 national elections, expressed his desire to be House Speaker during the midterm polls. Two other allies, Velasco and Romualdez, also approached him with the same concern. Since they were three people vying for the speakership post, Duterte said he decided to step in. He also pointed out that the term-sharing agreement was what was agreed upon to do away with conflict. Meanwhile, he said he did not endorse Davao City 3rd District Representative Isidro Ungab because he did not get to meet him. Ungab is being endorsed by Hugpong ng Pagbabago, founded by the president's daughter, Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte Carpio. Duterte defended his decision to step in the House speakership race, noting that it should not be described as interference because it did not involve meddling in the legislative process. TESDA is set to launch an application allowing graduates to offer their services. And BCDA promises benefits for IPs and farmers in the new Clark City. More on this and other news around the metro from Janice Cabe.
The Technical Skills Development Authority, or TESDA, will launch the 911 TESDA app in the National Capital Region on July 18. The app would allow users to avail of services from TESDA graduates such as massage, carpentry, housekeeping, and programming. All TESDA graduates from 2017 may apply to be accredited to be part of this online mobile application. Meanwhile, the Basis Conversion and Development Authority, or BCDA, promises great benefits for indigenous peoples and farmers in the massive development project in the new Clark City. The new access roads being built to and from the new Clark City will provide greater livelihood access and connectivity to everyone, especially IPs and farmers. The BCDA also stressed that Aita families are not displaced due to the development project, as there are no declared ancestral domains affected. In other news, the first two batches of Muslim Filipino pilgrims to Mecca are leaving on Wednesday and Thursday. More than 7,000 Muslim Filipinos will be participating in this year's Hajj. The Hajj is among the 5 pillars of Islam required for those who are physically and financially capable. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Janice Cave.
Still to come, President Duterte plans to talk about the fishing agreement with China in the West Philippine Sea in his SONA. And Davao City launches this year's Kadayawan Festival. More on these when the PNA Newsroom continues.
Tungod lagi kay pobre rami, ang akong ginikanan pobre, naara sa bukid nagpuyo ang ilang trabaho, umara. So akong naunawanan nga, kung mo, sampa na lang ko kay, ang ingon nila, kaning MP ug sundalo, maura. Kung na sige, musampa na ko kay makatabang na ko sa akong ginikanan, asa pa kanang na 300 ang 3,000 ang bulan ug isa ka sa akong bugas ug may mga kuan pa dilata. Ako di ay nakuan pod kog collector, revolutionary tax. Collector sa mga kumpanya, sa mga tindahan, sa mga kabaw o sinso, ako itigkuha. Sus, wagid ko na sayo. Ang ako di ang uyuan, ang among gidakop. Nadalag yun sa bukid. Ug gipatay gyud nila nga wala gyud duha-duha nga bisan pag nagluhod-luhod ko sa ilang atubangan sa akong CEO. Ug pila pa gyud kauyuan ang ilang gipatay, upat uyuan ako ang gipatay nila. Kay kadtong isa, na iyang barkada sundalo. Pag abot sa ilang balay, gikuha, gigapos. Kay intelligent daw siya. Nakatong year 2015, murag nakaamgo na ko nga mali man. Murag mali man. Nga nung ibagsak man nato ang gobyerno. Nga kung hunaw-naon, ang MP iba nakahatag bag eyepiece, nakahatag bag purpose, yung panako. So, ang gobyerno, nagtabang unta sa ato.
We are certain that the communist terrorists will mark us as a nation because of what we are doing here right now. They will hit and try to kill us. Our strength comes from our community, our culture, and our people who are worth every single drop of blood that we'll shed.
Very sad because here we live the Filipinos here, especially those Filipino Americans, they live comfortable lives. Life goes on normally. But still, I realize marami tayong kababayan na nagsasuffer over there. And, you know, they just want peace in their life.
Para sa akin, what I do is make videos and influence others from social media. So, ang mas magandang gawin ko ron is make my own opinion and share to the world kung ano yung nangyayari sa kanila.
President Rodrigo Duterte may include the constitutionality of his fishing agreement with Chinese President Xi Jinping on his upcoming fourth State of the Nation address. The president said on Monday that he wants to educate the public about the October 2016 agreement that allows the Chinese to fish within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone as long as China allows Filipinos to fish in the Panatag Shoal. Duterte made this remark after Supreme Court Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio said that the agreement was a constitutional infraction. However, the president said Carpio's allegation has not yet been studied extensively. Duterte asserts that insisting on driving the Chinese away from fishing within the Philippines' EEZ would be futile since the Asian superpower would not allow itself to be bullied. Filipinos will soon experience improved internet services after President Rodrigo Duterte on Monday formally awarded Mislatel Consortium its permit to operate as the country's third mobile player. In a ceremony at Malacanang Palace, Duterte handed the Certificate of Public Convenience and Necessity to Davao-based businessman Dennis Uy. Duterte described the entry of Mislatel as a milestone in government efforts to provide fast, reliable, secure, and more affordable telecommunication services to the public. He urged Mislatel to break the prevailing duopoly in the telecom industry and fulfill their commitment to provide better telco services to Filipinos. The president also encouraged Filipinos to take advantage of the opportunities that will arise from a better telecommunications industry. Mislatel Consortium earlier vowed to offer 55 Mbps of internet speed in 5 years and 27 Mbps in the first year alone. The Department of Tourism has regarded the development of Ormoc City Airport as a big boost to the tourism sector of Northwest Leyte Tourism Corridor. The Ormoc Airport, which was heavily damaged by Super Typhoon Yolanda in 2013 and by an earthquake in 2017, is now being upgraded and will be converted into a night-rated airport which is capable of launching and receiving flights at night. President Rodrigo Duterte and Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugade led the inauguration of the upgraded airport on July 5. Leyte 4th District Representative Lucy Torres Gomez said she is very happy with the national government's response to her request to rehabilitate the city's airport, as it will energize the economy and people who are from the city and neighboring areas. Davao City launched on Monday the 34th Kadayawan Festival, which will officially kick off on August 2nd. Mayor Sara Duterte Carpio said she hopes the annual celebration would give Dabaweños the opportunity to appreciate and celebrate the blessings poured out to the city. She also called on Dabaweños from all walks of life to not just enjoy the festivities, but to learn about one another and the uniqueness of each culture. This year's Kadayawan will focus on the Bantawan or cultural shows featuring the traditions and dances of the 11 tribes, while Dula Kadayawan will showcase tribal games. The province of Antique pushes for the declaration of a state of emergency due to dengue, and Bulacan intensifies campaign against HIV. More on these from Benj Mondo.
The Antique Integrated Provincial Health Office is pushing for the declaration of state of health emergency due to the 55% increase of recorded dengue cases this year. The Provincial Health Office notes that the declaration would provide them the needed additional monetary resources to properly respond to the medical needs of patients. In Bulacan, the provincial government beefs up its advocacy and awareness campaign after the province recorded the highest number of HIV cases in Central Zone for 2019. The Provincial Health Office offers free medical treatment for anyone who tested positive for HIV. They have also set up testing centers with peer counselors and educators in all towns and cities in the province. In Baguio City, the City Health Office encourages parents of public school children to support the government's school-based immunization program. A joint memorandum by the DOH and DepEd mandates that all learners from kindergarten to grade 6 will be given a second dose of measles vaccine. This is to prevent the repetition of the measles outbreak experienced early this year. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Benj Mondo.
Up next, the PNP sees no need for international rights groups to look into the government's war on drugs. Gilas Pilipinas youth settles for 14th place in the FIBA Under-19 World Cup. The PNA Newsroom returns after these reminders.
Hey you! Sorry you couldn't make it to the Philippines, but it's okay. We haven't been up to much. There's just no escaping the heat. All we do is take showers. We're always on the move, yet we keep getting lost. We can't wait for the day to end, so we can just stay in at night. I'm kidding! We're having a blast. We haven't stopped eating and partying all day. Plus, we've made a bunch of friends. The only thing that would make it better is if you were here too.
The Philippine National Police on Tuesday maintained that there is no need for international human rights groups to look into the Duterte administration's campaign against illegal drugs. PNP Chief General Oscar Albayalde said that this matter is best addressed by the Executive Department. He said the PNP submits to the better judgment and wisdom of higher authorities and can only express an opinion that any foreign body that will conduct an investigation of local crime incidents may be unnecessary. Albayalde was reacting to a statement of London-based human rights organization Amnesty International urging the United Nations Human Rights Council to investigate human rights violations in the government's campaign against illegal drugs. While he respects AI's stand, the PNP chief said the Philippines has a fully functional criminal justice system that has complete jurisdiction over such domestic legal questions that need to be resolved through a formal judicial process. Albayalde said, based on the PNP data from July 2016 to date, the PNP has arrested a total of 240,565 drug personalities and cleared over 12,000 barangays of illegal drug trafficking and abuse. He said the drug campaign continues because this is part of the promise of President Duterte to eliminate the illegal drug problem in the country. And in our foreign news, Kyriakos Mitsotakis was sworn in on Monday as Greece's new prime minister after winning Sunday's national snap elections. Mitsotakis, who is the leader of Greece's conservative New Democracy Party, took his religious oath at the presidential mansion in a ceremony presided by the Orthodox Christian Church Archbishop Hieronymus of Athens and all Greece. He then headed to the Maximos mansion for the handover ceremony with former Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras. Greece's conservative New Democracy Party garnered 39.85% of votes with 158 seats in the 300-member assembly. The last time a prime minister assumed power in Greece with majority seats was in October 2009 when George Papadreou and his socialist PASOK party won a landslide victory just before the start of the Greek debt crisis. In sports, Gilas Pilipinas Youth finished its stint in the FIBA U19 World Cup in 14th place. The team lost to New Zealand 70-76 in the battle for 13th place at the Heraclion University Hall last Sunday. Flynn Cameron made 21 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal to lead New Zealand. Carl Tamayo with his 24 points and Dalf Panopio 16 went down the drain for Gilas Youth. Dave Idelfonso had 16 points of his own, while Kai Soto was held just 8 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, and 2 steals. While Gilas Youth missed out on a podium finish, its 86-72 win on Saturday against China prevented the team from crashing to the bottom of the final rankings. China ended up dead last after bowing to Senegal in the battle for 15th place. The country takes pride in various culinary creations that make each province unique. In eastern Samar, the town of Canavid celebrates a festival promoting its coconut and rice-based delicacies. Janice Cave has the story.
In Canavid, eastern Samar, around 76 entries of traditional delicacies are presented by mothers and culinary enthusiasts at the 4th Karan-Un Festival. The Karan-Un Festival, held on July 7, is part of the 71st founding anniversary of Canavid. Most delicacies presented are unique, such as the salukara, or pancake made of grated rice with tuba. Another native delicacy is the serongsong, a steamed dish produced out of mixtures of grated rice, young coconut meat, and coconut milk wrapped in banana leaves. Other delicacies are puto, kutsinta, chocolate moron, and suman. Winners of the Karan-Un Festival received 3,000 pesos each and 1,000 pesos as consolation prizes. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Janice Cave.
Due to the recent monsoon break, Metro Manila continues to experience fair weather. Let's now check out the weather forecast for Metro Manila and the rest of the country. And here's another look at today's biggest stories.
The latest SWS survey shows 80% of Filipinos are satisfied with the performance of President Duterte. The military shrugs off claims of a US-backed revolt against the Duterte administration. President Duterte plans to talk about the fishing agreement with China in his SONA. And the PNP sees no need for international rights groups to look into the government's war on drugs.
Thank you for watching another edition of the PNA Newsroom. To check out these and other stories, visit the PNA website or follow the Philippine News Agency on Facebook and Twitter. For more stories about the government and how it serves the Filipinos, look for these hashtags in all of our social media platforms and websites. And that's your daily dose of the latest news and information that you need to know. From the PNA Newsroom, I am William Theo. Good day.